over the many episodes we've seen so far. Growing attached to each of the characters, realising just why each and every one of them is quite heavily flawed. But of course, with the inexorable march of time, things have to go forward. So I guess let's see what's going on this week in Lucky Star. We're all ready and present for the next day at school. But still, I'm not sure we are mentally present. And that goes double for the actual characters of the show, which is actually exactly what we're looking for. The more that I've seen of it, the more I think that this is just reality. There's no fiction. These kind of inane conversations that sprout out of nowhere, that lead absolutely nowhere. We have both come so far and yet gone nowhere since the talks about what end of a pastry to eat first. Okay, and I can imagine that. To her fish. That's very nice. Apologise to everyone who owns a fish. I have not seen or experienced anything about that particular censored word right now. Although there are people who do enjoy any particular reason why half of their conversation is censored by the end of this? My poor brain, not only not knowing anything about Gundam itself, but trying to follow their conversation while I'm at it. That's nice of them. Dangerous statement, yeah, I suppose, especially for him. Anyone else that's saying it seems fine. Better not be a school day. What's the time? Oh. I have definitely overslept to the degree of waking up in the late afternoon. Not sure I've slept for an entire day before. It's not the fear of the dark that you have, it's the fear of what's in the dark. She has a very active imagination once she stops. I wonder what film that is. Well, you can't speak for everyone though, because there probably are quite a few like that. I personally am fine with horror movies. Not my first choice. Prefer comedy or some kind of fantasy story. Yeah. Do not place your trust in your elders. They are just as poorly informed as everyone else. I think you've been reading a few too many special stories. Boss music. Yeah, they taught things differently. Of course you wouldn't. I don't think you need to add that on, but who's hiding over there? Would you know the answer? But also, there's probably a good reason why she doesn't. She's a special case. Yep, just the ones that won't report her. I quickly snap out of it. She's not going to ask about the lesson, though. This is the limit of her knowledge. Not class subjects, online games. To be fair, very important. Right. Any reason you have to look so... He can close the door. Just chooses not to. Yep. Whenever we're busy doing something, can't go to the door, that's when things arrive. Yeah. It is the plague of the common era. Yeah, damn those baseball players making it such a boring game. Yeah, they're doing complex equations and trigonometry. Well, It's... Don't burst her bubble. It's... You're being a poor role model. But at least they have aircon. She's going to wear out the hinges in a second. I'm more likely to miss a message than sit up waiting for it. Oh, it must be so hard being perfect. Do you think she lives in such a cliché world? You're wasting goods. Yep. When you don't actually have to deal with the consequences. She knows well. I haven't watched general TV in quite a while. I wonder if it's the same kind of nonsense. I don't think you can really get an audience participation in a documentary or something. Could be wrong. I mean, it's kind of a simple question. Did we need her entering the apartment and then walking to the bedroom to... Oh no, she is getting old, staying off of the internet. And that is why I don't get to bed until the late hours of the morning. I am perpetually young. The range of emotion there. To be able to, really get into the swing of things. How can you draw a character if you can't tell the emotion? Now, how do you answer? Especially since we've seen some of her preferences. And that came to 40. 4,000 yen. Use your poor experiences to... Gotta protect those hands. She's an artiste. Perfect. I know exactly what she was doing. I don't think strong is the right word. Yeah, when you're a harsh critic of your own work. Okay. They just see a good drawing and think, yep, that's a good drawing. Then you see the slight progress. Different style. Luckily, I never got this invested in a single utensil. Mostly. She's a bit all over the place, this one. To some, they're just wearing a coat. To others, how, wearing something like that isn't too bad because it's things you can kind of get away with as normal clothing. You don't want people to know your real name. Oh, they're bowling. I'm not that good at bowling. I noticed some of those names. I mean, you could also put the poster lower down. Some new drawing material. I see. Perhaps. Hey, dear. No. I don't think. I don't think there really needs to be such an extenuating circumstance like the Godzilla approach, but still. People have drawn stranger. She doesn't feel too good. She now... Now, how do you explain... How many people didn't know what that term was and thought, I'm going to look it up, thanks to this show. Those poor bastards. She's... Okay. What do you mean she's in a good mood? This is her usual demeanour. Ugh. Yeah, you've been so professional the entire time so far. Taking part in competitions to be able to win the stuff is, something. He's such the adventurous type. Is she taking an interest in him, or... Yeah, possibly. If it helps her calm down slightly. by himself. What? Did they pack everything ready for him? Mafuji. Ah. Nowhere in particular, just in the middle of it, and if you can't find your way back, enjoy nature. Not that corporate bottled water. Oh, he's not alone. Okay. Such a taskmaster. You know, which is worse, being lost forever in a forest or not fulfilling one of her demands? No, you can't just get rid of him like that. The pleasant image of nature. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, it's slightly ruined by that thing in the background there. The bubble wand in the shape of a... Feel free to turn off the sound. In the shape of the gun, which makes those annoying sounds. Yeah, I'd turn it off just for that. Chan 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 chan. Does anyone play with bubbles anymore? That's still overexposed as hell, but kind of a good scene nonetheless. I had no idea what was going by the end of that. I think my soul left my body for part of it. The dentist. Luckily, we don't have to wait too long for that one. We can experience more summer heat and terror. I know a few ways how not to spend summer. How difficult it is to explain your hobbies. For an artist to lament their skill, say, actually no, this piece isn't quite what I wanted. Only for people to turn around and say, I don't see any difference to the bit you really like. I will say though, luckily no one really knows about my channel, so I haven't been asked those questions about various terms that may need, or definitely don't need, a Googling. Of course, when it comes to the fonts of knowledge and people that you get drawn to, they would definitely know the answer to that. I'm not one of them. People, for some reason, tend to steer clear. Although the struggles that, well, several of them, especially Kanato, was going through there, wanting to be seen as that reliable one, the role model to look up to. Just don't ask her to do any hard homework questions or be responsible in any sort of way. You don't want to burst that bubble of thinking that they're actually useful. And so really, what can we gain from this episode? Well, if you wanted to kill an artist, it would be incredibly easy, because they should quite rightly, protect their hands over everything else. Although I'm really not sure if all like that really denotes a certain reference. I did enjoy it though. And compared to some of the other scenes and skits, punchlines, when we're branching out and seeing other characters, they can try a lot more little jokes, things that wouldn't necessarily work with others. And also having more than one character who is into the medium of manga and such, why not pull out a few quite on the nose parodies, references. Luckily though, at no point have I been a JoJo reference yet, so maybe we'll just have to wait for the future. Talking about such, should be another episode of Lucky Star on its way, so if you've enjoyed this one, let me know. If you leave a like and a comment down below, I'll see it, feel good, and possibly continue the channel for another day. If you want to see more, consider subscribing, and if you don't worry about it. But I really did hope you enjoyed. So once again, get a bit of rest, maybe not miss an entire day. See you in the next one. Whether you're out here following your dreams of drawing manga, or just lamenting in the baking sun of summer, consider joining onto my Patreon, because there's plenty more anime to watch, and I can pretty much guarantee, without all of you by my side, this channel would not be what it is. So I really need to thank Electric Ant, Arthea, Noku, Raywin, Kite, Sal, Shiran, Mecha, Matt, Stinsfy, Girly, Saltitron, Cardboard, Dark Shadow 7899, Croyville, Alvin Garcia, Santiago, and everyone else. And honestly, why not join on to my Patreon if you want to sit by the roadside and blow bubbles to the questionable singing that is my channel.